This revisit has been brought to you in part by Hobby Airsoft. Hi, welcome back, Ollie's Airsoft, and today we're doing a quick revisit, and this is a quick revisit. This is my Magpul Masada ACR that I got about 6 months ago, and you know, an awful lot of stuff that we get to look at, we get to spotlight or review. You know, we get very limited time with it because we don't get to airsoft as much as we'd like. We're both very busy with our own lives, and you know, when we go to play, we do like to play with the things that are our favourites, and this is my favourite. And I have to say, I haven't stopped loving it since the day I bought it. Now, I've done a few little mods. Masada is not without its faults, which I'll come to in a second. You know, but the great thing about when you play with something over a period of time, it gives you a real idea of whether it is any good or it's a piece of crap. And I have to say, still out of the box, this is probably one of the best stock guns I've ever played with. I've got a compact M4 sight. You know, it's a holographic sight, red dot jobby with a 3x magnifier at the back. Look, the problem with any sight that, you know, I've been using to this point is that when I'm wearing a lower face mask, you can't get the cheek to sit for your eye to kind of line down the sight, and that's awkward. A lot of the masks that I've been using have been sort of quite prominent on the cheeks. Mark uses a bitter end, and if you look at Mark's mask, it's a little bit sort of narrower around here, and you do sort of get sort of some cheek rest going where you can sight down there, and it makes it easier. So I haven't found the ideal mask at the moment, or my lower face mask hasn't been ideal for this particular set of sights. It does take a little bit of getting used to, but I have to say, all in all, it just finishes the gun look wise, and it does have functionality. It has a clone Magpul AFG in dark earth here. Do you know what, I'm not really gone on the AFGs. I don't particularly find them very ergonomic. I don't find them too comfortable. That's my take on it, but that said, it does look kind of good, so I put up with it. So what do I think of it? Well, I've done a little bit of tweaking. What I did was I opened up the gearbox. I took out, I say I opened up the gearbox, that's a little bit stretching the truth. I took off the catch at the back, and I was able to take the spring out and change the spring for, I think it was an M100 spring. And what I had to do, the M100 brings it over the 1 joule limit, so I had to then take it down by, I think it was about 2 coils, and just snip them off small bits at a time, put it back in, re-chrono, and just tweak it to, and it's now running at around 0.98, which is pretty damn decent for most guns in this country. It keeps me street legal, and it also gives me the maximum power that I can kind of play with. You also have to allow that there will be atmospherics on any given day, and because of that, you can send your gun slightly over if the chrono is being temperamental at your sight. So sometimes it's better to be around the 0.92 to 96 mark rather than the 0.9899, because, as I said, on a bad day your gun can be slightly over. So what do we do differently with this gun? As I said, did a little bit of a tweak on the spring, and that has it firing really nicely. And the big change that I made was the inside here is the tight bore and the hop rubber. Now we changed out the tight, we took out the stock barrel that it came with. It was a 605 if memory serves me right, and we put in a 603 ASG Ultimate. I think that's right. And what we found was, anyone who's using a Masada will tell you that the hop unit that it ships with is pretty crap. The hop unit has a problem in that the nub itself has a problem in getting into the rubber here and pushing it in far enough to put enough backspin. And you know, you nearly have to dial your whole dial up to max on the hop to get any real movement on the BB flying out. So the workaround which was found by Chris for me was Chris in Main Irish Airsoft took the inside barrel, the 603, and what he did was where the little hole is where the hop rubber or the nub will actually push the rubber in, he took a Dremel and made it slightly bigger, and that made this gun absolutely a different beast altogether. Up to that point my heart was broken with the hop not working properly. Some days it would work fine and most days it wouldn't, and I'd wind it all the way up and it would still be shooting fairly flat or a low trajectory. But once we did the little mod on the barrel, on the inner barrel, things changed, and we put in a 50 degrees ASG hop rubber, and I haven't looked back, and I get plenty of hop now whenever I adjust it. Now apparently you can buy on the web a full stainless steel hop unit that will fit into the Masada, and apparently it gives a much better air seal as well and can increase your FPS. But you know, look, it's money that, you know, you can throw at these things if you want to. Now the other thing I will mention is that you know, as I've already said, look, I absolutely love my Masada and I wouldn't go out playing, you know, without it. It absolutely is an awesome looking piece of kit, but not only that, it's really functional. We've just done a quick chrono on it and it's spitting out BBs around 14 BBs per second, which is fairly fast. It's, you know, not the slowest of, it's not the fastest of guns, and it's certainly not the slowest. 13. Mm-hmm. Now, if I was to be sort of a bit scathing of it, I have to tell you, I think the paint job on this is shite. And I'll tell you why. Don't know whether the camera will pick this up. I'll try and do a close-up in a second so you can see, but there's a piece of paint that's missing on the gun. And what happened was, I was in one of the better airsoft sites, you know, in Dublin, and when they chrono the guns, they put a sticker on the gun to make sure that they know the gun has been chronoed. When I took the sticker off, it took the paint away with it. Now, every time I get this gun chronoed in the same site, I get the sticker put on one of the plastic parts so that won't happen again. But that's pretty shoddy painting for a gun that's nearly €600 to buy. I've talked to somebody who is in spray painting, and he said straight away that there was no primer put on the base metal. As I said, pretty poor standards from Magpul to allow that one go through. And I know Magpul don't make this, and I know it's made by, it is Aries, isn't it? Yeah, thanks Mark. Aries make this under license for Magpul, but it's pretty crap. You know, as I said, it's not a cheap piece of equipment, and that shouldn't happen. But look, you know, that aside, it is without a doubt my favourite gun that I own, and it's my go-to gun. The biggest problem when we go reviewing, we take guns out and we bring them into field so we can play with them, and in the back of my head is, why am I playing with this? I want to play with my Masada. And that's probably not fair to the guns I'm meant to be reviewing, but that's a testament to how good my Masada is. I love it. I've got a lot of work to do on it yet. I actually want to fit in an active braking MOSFET into it. I want to get a few other bits and pieces. I want to get the solid stainless steel hop unit put in, and I want to get a CQB barrel for it down the line. And I also want to take the gearbox apart, strip it and rebuild it with some extra cool gears. and then I'll be truly happy. But look, as it stands, it's been a worthwhile purchase. It was a lot of money, but I'm loving it, and I don't think a gun can get a fairer endorsement than that. This was bought in Hobby Airsoft. The link is on the vid, and the guys were brilliant down there, and I would really recommend you check them out. So this has been Oddie's Airsoft. It's not really a quick, it's probably been prattling on for about 10 or 15 minutes, but hey, it's my Masada and I love it, so I was always going to prattle a little bit. So this has been Oddie's Airsoft. We'll talk real soon, and we'll see you then. Okay.